Patient intake forms. Yay. All right. Primary physician. Still the same. Google. Okay, age, TBD.
This doctor said ain't nothing wrong with me, baby. I just got gas.
Who's gonna pay? Responsible party for insurance? Joe Biden. Yeah, the Biden administration. Emergency contact. Oh God, I can't believe I still have to listen to my mom. One day I'll grow up. Okay, what is this, man? Oh my God, this is why I gotta leave New York. Nobody respects boundaries. I know he didn't just take. Oh God, he's sniffing his shoe. Okay, you know what? Oh, it's the disrespect.
April Boddie?
Oh, thank God.
So how do you guys feel about 2024 so far? Wow, you're going through it. I'm scared to ask the next question. How do we feel about the election? Wow, okay, it's a town hall now, guys. Where do we start first? With Biden? Where do we want to start? I know. It's like he's giving AI. He's a ghost. I don't know what's happened. Like he's trying to dangle student loans at us. Like, we'll forgive it. Like, no, stop the steal. And I also think they're trolling us at this point. Because how is Trump on the ballot? Like, how is he even, the government is trolling. Like, why are we voting? I'm just kidding, guys. I don't want to turn this into don't go out and vote rally. But I do think it'll be interesting if an influencer ran, like a Gen Z. Come on, you know it'd be good. They were like, get ready with me, inauguration. Right. Anytime there's breaking news, they just get on Instagram Live, you know? They're like, story time. We going to war with China, so listen. So Putin and his homegirl, right? They try to pull up with their missiles. And we said, you ain't even a fart. So comment below if you think we should go to war. Also, what should I wear? What's giving war crimes, guys? Like, what? It's like, is this the outfit? Let me know. OTD, like, I don't know. I think it'll be good. It'll be interesting. You guys are so scared. Like, we do not want a Gen Z president. Don't do that to us. No, I feel you. The kids today, they're unserious. I can't. Like, the children are our future. We should be worried, okay? Like, nothing is serious nowadays. It's immediately a meme soon as something tragic happens, right? Like, social media was created for comic relief and pedophiles. There's one person in the back, pedophiles. She's calling me out. No, I think, like, even if Jesus came back right now, they'd be like, not the rapture. Oh, my God. Wait, let me get a picture. Hashtag last brunch. Oh, my God. Y'all are good. I've also been watching a lot of comedy specials lately. I'm like, these are good. But I'm noticing, like, our legends and our goats, I feel like they're a little rich and out of touch. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. But it got me thinking, though, like, how much money do I need to be rich and out of touch? Like, what do I need? And at this big age, it's affording a doctor out of network. Like, the healthcare crowd, yes. But then I thought about it more, and I was like, no, I'm an AMC Stubs member. They in the back, too. It doesn't take much for me at all. Just $23 a month. That's all I need. And a VIP lane. I don't wait in line with the poorest for my popcorn. What? And, like, nobody goes to the movies with me because I like to upgrade my experience. Like, I saw Little Women in 3D. Like, that's just... I gotta get my money's worth. But meanwhile, I got into comedy because I come from a family full of hecklers. Yeah. They're here tonight. dad is here, and he loves the fact check in the middle of my set, you know? Like, he's Will Smith, that ain't how it happened. Like, calm down. And then my uncle already told me, like, I'm gonna be selling bootlegs outside, so if y'all got a DVD, I was gonna try to pitch this, but he gonna be selling my special. But no, my dad, this is his favorite joke to this day, y'all. He'll be like, oh, it looks like you lost some weight, and then he'll pinch my back fat and be like, found it. And this is my childhood, okay? They'd be like, oh, kids can be mean. I'm trying to prepare you for school. I'm like, I'm scared to come home, okay? Like, I was popular. One time he asked me if I was a bully. I'm like, I prefer to call it crowd work. Yeah, comics. And we also, we took karate as a family. I know that sounds white as hell, but we did. We took karate. I grew up in the burbs. My first crush was Brett. But listen, we took karate, but only for 1 month. That was it. Had to be a 30-day trial, right? But he kept the karate jacket like a souvenir. He just rocked it around the house like a Dojo Medea, you know? No moves. He just come in there, woosah, what's for dinner? Like, I don't know, refrigerator sensei. What else? I'm originally from Atlanta, and we used to go to Stone Mountain. Y'all know that racist mountain? We used to go stomp out the racism, and but when my dad works out, he wears like knee braces, right? Because it don't get better, kids. And like lime green biker shorts, just a bad 80s cover band outfit. And fun fact, black folks, we know we get shiny, right? With the cocoa butter and Vaseline, you know, that little plastic sheen. And we're walking up Stone Mountain, and my dad's legs are glistening in the sun. And he's walking, and people are like clapping for him. And like, yeah, you got this, bro. And we're confused, right? They're like impressed that he's walking. And I was like, Dad, I think these people think you got fake legs. Like, they thought he had prosthetics, okay? Like, he's just a cocoa butter king, that's it. Just hard in the shea butter paint, that's all it is. Just, and it's funny too. It gets to a point, you ever feel like this, like your parents get older, but then you feel like you're the parent all of a sudden, like it's role reversal, right? I love how we all are like, yes, it's so hard to raise them. I don't know what it is, because they're semi-retired and they're just living their best life right now. They don't call me anymore. They don't check. I'm the dramatic mom now. Did you see the news? What's going on? What's happening? Because they bought an RV and they travel to these very remote areas and they don't check in. I'm like, y'all gotta check in. My mom's like, calm down. People love us. They think they're the Obamas of Oregon now. It's a mess. Who was talking about this? Because they were like, with, I don't know, boomers in tech, I don't know what it is. It is like a bad Tubi movie. Like, when my mom's, when she sends photos, she's like, did you get our groupies? I'm like, first of all, they're called selfies. I'm like, what's going on the RV cam? And it's like, step back, too. You know what I mean? It's like, why are they too far or too close? And dads never smile in the photo. It's just proof of life. Like, that's just... It's bad. It's bad. And our group chat, it's in shambles right now. Our group chat is in shambles. Like, I tried... Oh, they like, don't you tell about our group chat. We talked about this. Family secrets. It is in shambles. Because we normally, we either, roast each other, or my uncle has a flip phone. He's on parole, and he loves to share his journey with his flip phone. And I'm like, what are these grainy Al-Qaeda videos you're sending from the caves of Alabama? And, one time I tried to call my dad when they were on the road, And my mom's like, he can't talk right now. He's practicing his piano. I'm like, what is Costco Elton John doing? I'm like, put old shiny karate legs on the phone. I'm like, what is he practicing? I'm still standing. But my mom, she has that font. It's like set to billboard. Like we all can read her text messages, you know, like Jumbotron over here. So like she can have C. And I remember I took her to this Cuban restaurant. Entire menus in Spanish, right? And she was in the corner and she's trying to read the menu and she was like, free Negroes. Free Negroes? I'm like, you're trying to say frijoles negras? She's like, well, what are the free Negroes? Us, ma'am. But the menu is black beans. Like, what is... I can't take it anymore. And another thing she'll do, too, if she tells a story, she forgets very important pieces of a story. Yep. I'm like, if you had a news channel, it'd be called Context Clues News, okay? Or Fox. But she was telling me the story about their neighbor who remodeled their bathroom. And they're like, oh, my God. She was like, there's mirrors everywhere. She could see her Susan. There was a bodega. I'm like, a bodega? Do you mean bidet? Like, is there just a man in the bathroom like, shh, my friend, what do you want today? A chopped cheese? What's going on? Like, a bodega in the bathroom. Two birds, one stone. But then I was like worried because you said she could see her Susan. I was like, my mom has basically gentrified her vagina. She called it Susan? Like, I'm from the South. We used to call it a pocketbook, okay? But my mom is having HR meetings. Like, that is just... And another thing, I don't know about your mom, but she tells all our business, like all the family businesses, right? The moms, right? She went home recently and she went to go visit my grandmother in Alabama. Within 5 minutes, my family's calling me like, oh my God, we're so sorry, we heard the news. I'm like, what are you talking about? My mom, so all the siblings have access to my grandmother's Ring camera. She's reporting live on the Ring camera about what's going on in my life. I'm like, even China knows my business. Like, why would you on the Ring camera? I don't know. But speaking of HR meetings, my mom actually gave me the sex talk growing up. Yeah, it was like the scared straights of sex talk, okay? She had like her inner Mr. T, you know, have a cigarette in her mouth. Like, you have sex with boys your age. That's 2 minutes of your life you'll never get back. Then he's gonna make you your bitch and comb your chest hair. So keep your panties up. I'm like, oh my God, I'm 12. And she still does the panties up speech, right? She still does this. And I remember one of my friends was over and she's like, or we can just push our panties to the side. She don't like her. Same reaction. She had the same reaction. Like, bring that floozy over here again. And Stranger Danger was the same way. Like, don't get kidnapped. I'm like, calm down. I grew up in the 80s with a Jerry curl. Nobody was gonna kidnap me because I was slippery, you know? It just was a different type of protective style. But eventually I slid my way on up to Harlem. But when I moved, my mom was like, you know what? You can become whoever you want. I'm like, weird take, I can. Are you okay? Like, but it's interesting living in New York. I feel like living in New York is like a video game, you know? It's like do I want to win or survive? Like, what's today's agenda? And trying to find a roommate too. Like, that should be a reality show called A Scam Is Afoot. Because I moved, it's been 14 years now since I've been in New York. But when I first moved in, I had like this DMX like roommate, like mystical. Like, she used to talk like she was in a rap video all the time, you know? Like, I came in, she's like, your room is to the left. I'm like, calm down. She was making breakfast one time. She was like, shake it fast, watch yourself, what? So I'm like, it's breakfast, it's eggs. Calm down. First year in New York, y'all, I went through an eviction. First year, anybody else? Just me, you should try it. we went through an eviction. I should have known something was up when they said mail your check to the DR, but whatever. So we in the court, and my DMX type roommate decides to represent us. She was like, Your Honor, this case is made fraudulent. Get at me. I'm like. Now, if you're not familiar with the get at me defense, you guys may not know the law, but if it basically means you're in a legal sublet and no one told you, and it's rent stabilized. And despite the compelling evidence, we got evicted. But it was funny. After that, she was like, oh, I'm gonna sell drugs. Like, I'm like, girl, you lose your keys, your cell phone, your wallet, like all the accoutrements to be a drug dealer. Like, you lose your cell phone so much. Like, what's your name gonna be? Who this? Like, that's you gonna be your street name. I also had like the craziest identity theft story. I've had the regular identity where like someone steals your card and have a car in Minnesota, whatever. But y'all, I had somebody use my identity for the library. You know how savage that is? Like, now you want to get your life together on my watch? Like, I was getting all these notices from the Bronx Library that my Toni Braxton CDs were overdue. Michelle Obama Becoming book. I'm like, who is this Reading Rainbow criminal? Like, what is... So I didn't even try to fight that. I was like, it's just too much. Just have at it. And then it happened to me again. It happened to me this past St. Patrick's Day. And I remember I was like, what are all these charges on my card? So I put on my Speak to a Manager wig and go to the bar. Y'all, she shows me footage of me buying Irish car bombs for everybody. Drunk me has stole my identity. That is the most embarrassing thing ever. But one thing I do love about living in Harlem are the cat callers. They're very empowering. She's like, oh, I hate them. I love them, girl. Listen, come to Harlem. They're so empowering. Let me tell you, I was walking down the street. This man was like, oh, your nails are nice. Your skin is glowing. I'm like, oh, my God, thank you. And you know how you like to share as women are like, well, these are press-ons. And I'm wearing Fenty. And I also have a regular cat caller. He's a manifest king. And he be outside with a speaker and his Bluetooth every day. So he was like, yo, Snuggles, because we got pet names. He was like, yo, Snuggles, summer 2024, me and you, baby. I was like, oh my God. Y'all, you may meet him, Dad. I had to bring him home. Mama be like, where'd you meet him? Like, outside. Like, what does he do? Public speaking. Yeah. It's interesting, too, living in New York, because, okay, I hate when this happens, but anybody ever say you have a twin and you look nothing like them? Right? And it's never anybody good, right? They just want to tell you you're ugly, like, basically. Like, just woke up and chose violence that day. So I was like, you look like my cousin with a wonky eye and an eye patch. Just never. I was in the hair salon in the city, all right? And this woman was like, hey, do you have 3 kids in the Bronx? I'm like, is this the look I give? Just 3 kids in the Bronx? And they had to be bad. I just feel like with that type of description, it's just a bunch of Bronx Annabelles and Chuckies running around. Like, why would you? She's like, no, let me show you a picture, y'all. She shows me this picture. I'm like, I don't look like Busta Rhymes, though. Like, it looked like a dusty Busta Rhymes to me. And I bet them kids stole my identity. Like, I feel like that is who was with my library card. I don't know. But I'm going to switch gears a little bit. I'm going to tell you guys about the time that I almost died, but still I rise. I did. Plot twist, she lives. No, okay, first of all, this is the sex ed we didn't ask for, but are you guys familiar with fibroids? Yeah. Yes, this is the corn over here, okay. So if you don't know, there are these tumors, right? They just grow and grow, make your periods last forever. Very, very painful. And this particular time, I remember I was walking to the train station and I just passed out. I'm on the ground. I'm like Sarah for the Sun, like, this is the big one. It's over for me. 2 people got the reference. And so, so I'm out. I'm on the ground, right? But I can hear this man, he's panicking, and he calls 911, and I guess you have to give your age when you call 911. I didn't know this. But he's standing over me. He was like, yeah, she's in her early 30s. No, late 30s. I'm on my death concrete bed. And this man is trying to price is right my age right now? So I sat up, because I'm vain, right? And I would have haunted him, okay? That would have been my ghost story. And so I'm in the ambulance. We're like, okay, so what hospital do you want to go to? I'm like, Sephora. Because clearly, the black is cracking. Like, this man coming on my age. I need some eye cream. Stat. So I'm in the hospital. And shout out to Lenox Hill. I like lived at Lenox Hill Hospital. We got some Lenox Hill workers here. I was there so much. The nurse was like, weren't you here last week? I'm like, I was. I had so many blood transfusions, y'all. But this particular time I was in the hospital and they're going over my chart. It's like Grey's Anatomy. All these doctors are outside and they're reading it. They're like, okay, we got a black female, fibroids, could be 31, could be 39. We don't know. So they come in and they're like, okay, first of all, you need to get a DNC. So that's my second doctor, Google. And I was like, the Democratic National Committee? Like, pull up Kamala. But it was D and C. I had messed that all up. But it was good. I had the surgery. They gave me a bunch of drugs, and it was great. I had Percocet. I love this drug crowd. Oxy, okay? Molly. It was sensational. But no, they ended up removing 10 fibroids, y'all. Yeah, I love y'all. Like, wow. Same reaction. I set up like, wow, doc. But no, he said one was big as a football. Like, that's how. But it's an NFT now. It's okay. I got some roid coins. But I thought it was interesting that they use sports terms for women's issues, you know? Like a doctor would go to you and say, hey, sir, that tumor in your stomach is the size of a tampon. So I had to make a decision the size of a clit. Like, where is it, doc? Am I gonna live? Where is it? Oh, boy, that little joke. Are you guys laughing because you can't find the clit? Like, who's this? Like, did I identify with somebody? But all this had happened during the pandemic too, which is interesting because our church was doing like these Instagram live check-ins, which was fun. And I would just like throw on my judgy church wig and jump on the call. But I was reading the usernames, right? And, you know, they didn't change. It was like Sexy Girl Lee was logging on. Bad Girl Rochelle. But the name that took me out was Ho Biscuits. I was like, what? And the thing about me is I'm shady even when I pray, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be talking to God like I'm catching him up on the Real Housewives, you know? I'm like, Jesus, did you see Ho Biscuits on the live? Tricks for bread, like, it's just... It's bad. But I do feel like the pandemic was like our generation's struggle story, you know? Because our parents, you know, growing up, especially my dad, he was from Buffalo. We got Lenox Hill and Buffalo. I'm gonna focus. But I was from Buffalo, like, you know, back in my day when I had to go to school, had to walk uphill both ways. In the snow, people died, I had to just keep going. And I had no legs. I'm like, oh, okay. But that's what it was. That's what the pandemic was for us. Especially with comedians, like everything was shut down. And we were just performing anywhere, like we were essential workers. Like it made no sense. I was just shouting dick jokes in the park. My rock bottom though was, I performed in Times Square. It was like a bunch of comedians. It was so bad, y'all. It was so bad. This comedian was bombing so bad. A crackhead just grabbed his mic like, "You're not funny." I was like, "Oh my God." I ain't seen that comedian since. And there's a man, he was playing a saxophone. He's playing George Michael's Greatest Hits. And some man just kept flashing like, like that was a pandemic. It was crazy. But I also turned my scary age during the pandemic and spiraled into a midlife crisis. Does anybody have a number that you're like scared to reach or don't? Oh yeah, what is it?
What's it mean?
Oh.
87.
Why is that so specific? Why is it 80? What happens at 87, girl? Did you have a family member that just like?
No, it's just that like, as a person of color, that's when I'll start to show age.
Oh, facts. No lies told there. Okay. So for you, it's just like, long as on the outside is good, who cares how old? Okay. 87. Anybody else got a number? 40. Why 40? What are the movies? Just downhill. Yeah, it's terrible. Girl starts at 35. They tell you soon you go at 35, like them eggs, girl. Let it go. I feel you, because I also identify as a late bloomer. Like that's also my problem. Like life is just a vibe check for me. Like that's all it is. Right? Especially because I remember in college, and it's like this is the thing, because when you're a late bloomer, you put weight on a number, right? Because you're like, oh my God, I have all these things, and then you don't have the things that society told you to do. And then in the entertainment business too, you can't like age, right? Like I thought I'd have a sitcom by now, have a couple Netflix specials, be married to Lenny Kravitz. But I'm just a single cat mom, you know, who loves her kids and works 2 jobs. With the heart of a fighter, I'm a survivor. Okay, that was just. But no, as a college late bloomer, I remember I wanted to be a forensic scientist, right? But because I was just like, unsolved mysteries like raised me, you know what I'm saying? So I was just nosy and wanted the afterlife gossip. Like that was just it. Just be on Dateline. Like it wasn't heart attack, it was poison. Like that's just. And then I thought I was 33, but I was actually 35. That's how much I had lied about my age. I'm like, I'm going 40, and I'm just gonna go downhill from there. Because none of my friends, half y'all tonight, half my friends don't even know how old I am. Yeah, I'm the Carly Red of my friend group. Like no one, they be trying to do black math. Like, okay, she could be 30. Add 30, carry the 1. 156. April is 156. Like, I lie so much about my age, y'all, even on my medical forms, okay? But there is one person who knows my age, and that's my gynecologist. Yeah, she was down there like, girl, I see the rings around these trees. These eggs, they've gone to glory. Like, you also got hypertension, acid reflux. You need braces and glasses. I was like, oh my God. How does she know? And she's not wrong. That's the sad part. I've never had any of these issues, y'all, okay? Every doctor I go to is like, new decade, new problems. Like, I was at the eye doctor complaining about my vision. It's like, oh, it's age. I'm like, you sure it's not diabetes? Like, I'd rather have an ailment than wear Warby Parkers. Like, that's just how. But that's what it is. Okay, you were saying movies. I'm like, what movies? I feel like that's why I kind of blame society. Because I'm like, I don't know. We don't have middle-aged rom-coms. Like, that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like, it's not inclusive to get old, right? Like, where's our rom-com about a couple with sciatica and these hips are lying, okay? And y'all gotta wear matching New Balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, where is... Because you got plantar fishermen. Like, what is it called? Plantar fishermen, whatever feet. But I don't know what I thought 40 would look like. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna be like a wrinkled curmudgeon. I'll always be a curmudgeon, but I was just like, I don't know. But then I'm like, 40-year-olds, we look good. Like, I think we look good. And I wasn't doing it for that, but I'm just like, because you think I'm like, some 40-year-olds look better than the younger people. Like Ashanti, right? Beyonce. Come on. Come on. Britney Spears. Oh, I lost y'all. Britney is twirling knives in the kitchen. Like, what? A moral of the story is never too late, okay? Just start whatever. Because she went from being a slave for you to I will literally cut you, right? Because 20, you're like people pleasers. 40, you're like, no, I've set my boundaries, okay? I'm doing the work. But also, sex is amazing. Sex after 35 is great, okay? Listen, it's the WAP wonder years. The WAP is whopping. It's hard to not be a whole biscuit right now, but it's hard. But it's okay, I've been celibate for 2 weeks, okay? New York virgin. But I also realized this too during the pandemic. I was like, oh my God, I am not practical at all. Because I was one of those people frantically ordering dildos. This was my apocalypse kit, y'all, okay? I ordered wigs, a crock pot, and sex toys. Like, this is what I thought I needed. I'm like, we gotta hunker down. And I was hunkering on things, right? But the problem is, all my packages kept getting stolen, so I was so mad. So I'm on Nextdoor, which is my space for Karens. And I'm like, who got my package? I gotta find him. And I was like, you know what? I think it's my neighbor, right? I'm like, I just need to wait to find somebody, making chili in my crock pot with a lace front wig and a butt plug. Like Detective Stabler, I got him. I don't know, it's just my confessions. But on a serious note, I did read this. I read that, women, I think it's 45 to 54, like have a higher depression and suicide rate. Like, yeah, it's really, and there's no resources for us at all. Like, I even read an article too. I think they said hot flashes. This was last year. They're like, hot flashes are more serious than we thought. Like, women, we just don't catch a break for anything at all. You can never catch a break. And that's the thing, there's no resources, and y'all don't want to be like me. I use Reddit for emergency situations. And Reddit is like your drunk uncle giving bad advice after a couple day beers, you know what I'm saying? Like, Uncle Reddit, what should I do about this global warming in my pants? Like, I don't... And I don't get old too, because I've been calling people knuckleheads. I've turned it to my dad. I'm like, these knuckleheads are smoking on the trains. They do need to stop smoking on the train, though. But I'm getting old to the point where my dreams are getting old and practical. Like, I had a dream that I robbed a CVS. Fraud is the practical part in this dream. Anybody want to guess what I stole? Pads. That is a very good guess, because it's not the same, but it was actually Sensodyne toothpaste. Thank you! Okay, my sensitive teeth community over here. It's like $8-9 for one. But that's my new merch. I got it, okay? Venmo me at reparations now. I got you. But yeah, back to the 87. Good, yeah, at this age, with this genetics, I'm never dying. I am black and vegan. Okay? Black and vegan, never dying. Okay, I'm lying about the vegan part. We're in a recession and war. No, not a good time to give up Gouda. Like, what are we doing? Give me a charcuterie board. So like now when I explain my diet, it just sounds like my horoscopes, you know? I'm like, I'm vegan with a chicken moon rising. I'm also like the weight gain. I don't know where my metabolism went. After 40, she's out of office. Like, kind regards. I'm out. Like, she's gone. Okay? I've gained so much weight, y'all. But when I gain weight, I just like to say it's for a role. Like the actors do, okay? And my character's committed to Krispy Kreme. Look, Krispy Kreme sponsored my vaccine. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get a city bike. When Krispy Kreme came to Harlem, it was time. It was just... And y'all, when I wrote that joke, acting role, I spelled role R-O-L-L. Like, that's just... There's no hope for me at all. And the thing is, too, when I gain weight, it goes to my boobs, and it just defeats the purpose. Because I had a breast reduction, you know? And I'm really leaning into this humble brag, but I had a breast reduction, y'all. Because the Victoria's Secret is they don't sell elemental peas. Like, I was mid-cup size was it, okay? I had to go to IKEA to build a bra. Like, that's where my life... Your bra shouldn't come with an Allen wrench, instructions. And I prayed for boobs growing up. Why did I do this? I prayed for this. And I was a double D by the time I was 11, okay? Right? Just a mini Aretha Franklin at the bus stop. Just like, just getting unwanted attention from grown men. Right? Like, what's your number? 911, sir. No. But no, I don't have kids. I thank God that my parents never pressured me. They never pressured me to have kids or get married. Like, they got married young, so I don't know. They treated marriage like a scary movie. You know, like don't go in the marriage woods. You won't get out alive. Just don't do it. And boy, I took that to heart. A little too long. I mean, it was cool at first, but now I'm like, is he? I'm like that Mr. Bean, like, is he coming? But no, I never got married, no kids. Like, if I found out I was pregnant right now, I'd name my child FEMA. I mean, I'm late and I'm prepared for it, or... And to even afford kids, I was like, I need to go back to school. I'm taking classes again. I'm taking classes online at sugarbaby.com, okay? Because you can't, listen, if you could put a baby on Klarna or Afterpay, I would consider it. Y'all got money. You're like, Klarna, Afterpay, what's that, babe? And I never understand it either. Like, this is the thing. I know I'm not going to have the snatch back body, you know? Like, I'm still trying to snatch back from a lunch I had 3 weeks ago. And it frustrates me when you see a woman have like 5 or 6 kids and still be a size 2, you know? And then you ask them, like, how do you stay so skinny? They're like, I just chase my kids. It's like, where are they from? Kenya? Like, you chasing African babies? Like, how? That's how Madonna got them arms. But no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like day to day, I'm like, do I want kids? I don't know if I want kids. Because sometimes I look at my life, I'm like, wow, I'm a whole adult. I am responsible. Like, and this is the things that I do. Okay, my toxic trait is I'll talk trash about someone and then email it to them by accident. It's never intentional. I was at work this time, right? I was at work. And I thought I was emailing my coworker about my boss, who's a narc and a micromanager. Like, worst combo, right? So I'm thinking I'm emailing, and we also call my boss Tripod, because she doesn't have a neck. She's like this, you know? So I'm thinking I'm emailing my coworker about her. And I was like, if Tripod sends me one more report, I'm gonna smack her. And so my boss leans over like, is everything okay? I was like, oh my God, I sent it to her. Oh my God. So for 30 days, y'all, all of a sudden she starts writing me up, right? I'm on a PIP. You know, once you're on a PIP, it's over. My boss fired me on September 11th. Yes. Tripod was like, you'll never forget! And I'm like, she's right. I can't wait for her to see this stuff. Like, joke's on you, Tripod. And my other toxic trait is dating. Who are we still dating in 2024? Are we? I don't know. TikTok told me to stop dating imaginary people. I ain't gonna let Lenny Kravitz know that. It also convinced me to try a Christian dating app. Okay, y'all reactions. I'm gonna pray for you tonight. But also same reaction. It was a lot of faces only a mother could love on this Christian app. I was like, what? I met a man with 4 front teeth. Like, Jesus is the comedian. 4 front teeth? Like, what about? Let me ask you this. Have you guys heard of the app called Plenty of Fish? Yeah. Have you been on it? Neither. No, I would never. Okay, fine, I was on it. Yeah, it should be called Plenty of Frauds, first of all, because it is the Ozarks of dating. I met a chef, right? I met a chef who said he needed a good woman to hold him down for 5 to 10 years. He was in jail. Yeah, he was in jail. But I like a man in a suit, even if it's orange, you know? I just had to rebrand it, that's all. You know, like, my man is in a gated community, and it's just working very remote right now. And recently my friend got catfished, which was so funny to me. But I'm like, I've never been catfished, I've only been afterfished. I made it up. Right. Afterfish is when the date goes well, then after you're like, oh my God, he has a podcast. Yuck. He's a passport bro. Here we go. But no, after this date, we're on the first date. It's going good, right? He's bragging about all his homes and investments and like all his trips and stuff. So after the date, he's like, do you want to go back to my place? I'm like, yes, you're rich. Let's go. Get to his apartment. He was like, oh, I have an electrical issue. He had no power at all, okay? It's pitch black. And I'm like, what in the middle-day sex traffic ring did I just walk into? Because I thought this man was rich. And he's like, no, don't leave. Let me give you a tour. I'm like, of what, Blair Witch? Like, what is there? What is this, stainless steel? Like, what is... Well, no, I do have a new dating app that's going well. It's called GoFundMe.
Sunrise and those brown eyes, yes, you're the one that I desire.